I don't think you need a degree to do what you're doing, because some people who are self-taught are just as amazing as people who go to school for art. So it's all about the work that you put in to your craft, I guess. Actually, when I told my parents that I wanted to be an artist, for a few years I was planning on going to med school. So it was right at the last week of school where I was like, I'm actually not going to go to med school, I'm going to be an artist. My parents were obviously a bit shaken up about it, because there's this whole stigma that, you know, artists don't make enough money to live off of, and it's a very competitive environment. So, which is, I guess, a little bit true in terms of the competitiveness, but I always believed in myself enough that I knew I'd be okay. So it was just a matter of, you know, showing how confident I was in my decision to my parents, and they thankfully could see that I had enough strength to keep going with it. I find that there's a very healthy balance between doing art and being creative for yourself and then turning that into a business. It's all about figuring out, you know, which parts of your creativity are you actually monetizing and which parts are just for yourself. I like to imagine little worlds that my characters would live in. Sometimes I'll have original characters that, you know, all interact with each other. Sometimes they're all in the same sort of environment. And I like to come up with concepts where I would like to personally live in sometimes. So I guess I'm living vicariously through some of my characters. Every single drawing that I've done since I was little up until now has influenced the way that I draw at the moment currently. Whether I realize it or not, every single thing has influenced my technique or the way that I create right now. So no matter how small of a drawing it was, everything builds up to the point where you are at the moment. I love using a bit of everything in my illustrations. I don't like to stick to just one medium, because I find that different materials add different details to a painting or a drawing. So if I'm working with pencils, I like to work in some watercolors or something as a base. Or if I'm working with markers, I like to use fine liners as well and pencils on top. And I just love adding different textures from different materials. So I guess I love mixed media. Ever since I've gone the Everblends, I haven't gone back to any other markers, because they take all of my favorite things from other brands' markers all into one. So especially the brush ones, the Everblend brush ones, because I love brush markers. But yeah, I just love, as I mentioned, the colors are amazing, and the blends, as it's in the name, are amazing. I've never seen like markers blend that well together and on any paper, because I like using markers just anywhere, like in my sketchbook and random like bits of paper that I've got lying around. So it's good that they will interact the same way. For extra details, I'll always reach for Arteza coloring pencils, because I just know that I can trust the color that's going to come out. I heard someone say that, you know, everyone who climbs a ladder has to start on the first step. And it's just like such a simple concept, but I don't know, it meant a lot to me, because you always seem to forget that everyone you see online and all the people who are successful, they all started where you are now as well, when you're, you know, not successful, I guess. You have to remember that everyone starts at zero. Everyone starts with 0 followers, and, you know, you just have to really put in the work and have faith in yourself that you will be able to achieve success as well, because no one else is going to do it for you. You have to put the work in yourself and just climb the ladder, I guess. I feel like I'm still like not even halfway up the ladder myself. I'd say I'm on step 3 or 4 at the moment. Big ladder. So you just have to think of everything as different steps in your journey, and always remember to look back at where you started. It's easy to forget how far you've come when you're working every day. My mom and my family are definitely what inspires me to create. My mom isn't really in the creative industry at all, but she has a very big power of will. So she always inspired me to do what I want to do. And my little sister, of course, I feel like she's always got that little sister thing where she always wanted to follow in my footsteps. So she always inspired me to do my best and be creative, so that it inspired her to be creative as well. So I'd say definitely my family, just all the love there makes me feel very creative. I'm Filipa Santos, but people know me as Pypah Santos. I'm Portuguese, but I now live in Manchester, UK, and I'm an artist.